Welcome back to Cinderella. Today we're keeping it real, honest stories, real talk, and something that might feel a little like your own life. Let's get into it. So I was chatting with a friend last week. Let's call her Celine. She needed to vent. You know, those calls where someone just needs to get it all out? Yes, it was one of those. I asked permission to share her story with you guys, and she said yes. Don't worry, I'm not revealing her real name. Privacy first, as always. Here's what went down. So Celine starts off with, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking. And I'm like, okay, tell me everything. So she goes, the thing is, he's a businessman, works in Southeast Asia. And when I say he has money, he has real money. I mean, he has money. And then Celine continued by saying, at first, super generous. He bought her an iPhone, a MacBook, and even helped her pay with her rent. So naturally, she thought, okay, this guy must be serious about me, right? But then something changed. I asked her, how long did it take before you two had an intimate moment together? From the first time you met? From the first time you met in person? So she paused and said, same day. And before anyone judges, she quickly added, it wasn't like that. I wasn't desperate. We were on a cruise. The atmosphere was intimate. He was so sweet. He kept saying he felt something special with me. And look, I'm not here to judge her. I told her that straight up. But I will judge his strategy. Then she got confused, asking me, strategy? And I said, yes, a rich man buying you a phone, a laptop, helping you pay your rent. That might feel huge to you, but for him, it was just pocket change. That's just the price of speeding things up. Then she asked, but why would he spend all of that if he did not care? And here's the hard truth I shared with her. Spending money and caring are two different things. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes spending money is a sign of commitment. Sometimes it's genuine, like a man giving his ex-wife millions out of guilt or paying a down payment for a fiancé. But sometimes it's about control. For some guys, money is not just love. It's an entry ticket. So she said, entry ticket? That's so cold. And I said, yes, it is cold, but it happens. He buys you gifts, pays your rent, and makes you feel special so you trust him faster. So, you lower your guard. And suddenly, the relationship moves at lightning speed. But here's the thing. Just because he's moving fast doesn't mean he sees you in his future. But he said he loves me, she insisted. When? I asked. And then she answered, on the cruise, and so many times after. And that's exactly my point. It's easy to say I love you when the mood is good. It's easy to call someone special when you want them close. Now here's where it gets real. He's moving to America for business. So I asked her, did he ask you to come? She answered no. Did he talk about how to keep the relationship stable? She answered again no. Did he make any plan for you? He said, distance can make love stronger. And that's when I had to be honest with her. That sounds romantic, Celine, but in your situation, that sentence means, I don't want to make a real plan for you, but I want to still make you emotionally available. Then she was quiet for a moment, and then she said, that's painful. Then I said, I know, but look at the difference. He puts you in a cruise. He puts you in a hotel. He gave you gifts, but he did not bring you to America with him. So you think he's just using me? She asked. So here's what I think. He likes you. He enjoys being with you. Maybe part of him really does feel something. But liking you is not the same as choosing you. So she asked, what's the difference? Then I answered, if he likes you, he gives you good moments, just like the ones you had. But if he chooses you, he gives you a clear, stable position in his life. She asked, a position? Then I answered, yes, a clear place, not just through gifts or short moments. I'm talking about introducing you to a circle of friends, for example, or introducing you to the most important people in his life. Through this, he will let you know exactly where you stand. And from there, everything else follows. How to handle the America move, where you fit in his life, and what your relationship status actually is. She admitted, I'm actually scared to ask him that. I do not want to pressure him. And I told her, you're afraid to ask for clarity because deep down, you already feel he might not give you a real position in his life. So she nodded, yes, maybe you're right. Then I also told her, you keep looking at the gifts, you remember those short happy moments, telling yourself he must care. Otherwise, you'd feel rather stupid, right? She said, yes, otherwise I'd feel stupid. Then I told her, no, you're not stupid. You just need to know what it's like to be in a short-term, not so serious relationship versus a real one with a plan. So what should I say to him? She asked. And this is what I told her. Tell him to stop with the love words. Why? Because if he truly wants to keep you, he'll make a real serious plan with you. Tell him, if you really want to keep me, I don't want a relationship that lives only with gifts, on passion, and uncertainty. I don't want to invest myself in confusion. She said, that sounds strong. And I said, no, that's normal. You have every right to say that. What if he pulls away? She asked. Then I said, then you have your clear answer. The America move, that's the clear test. The real test. The gifts were just the entry ticket. Now comes the part where you see if he actually wants to commit, if he's willing to actually commit, or if he is playing all along, or let's say avoiding it all along. And honestly, I think Celine already knows the answer. She just needed someone to say it out loud to her. So here are the lessons that we learned from Celine's story. First, gifts are not commitment. A man can spend money on you and still not see a future with you. Don't confuse generosity with genuine intention. Number 2, I love you said in the right moment isn't always the real truth, or isn't always the whole truth. Words are easy when the mood is good. Real love shows up in the hard conversations, not just the romantic ones. 3, liking you is different from choosing you. Liking gives you moments, or happy moments. Choosing you gives you a place in their life, their circle, their future, their plans. 4, if a man wants you, he'll make a plan for you. Not vague promises, not distance makes love stronger. A real plan. 5, you're not pressuring him by asking for clarity. You're protecting your heart, and that's not selfish. That's self-respect. 6, when a man avoids commitment, he already gave you his clear answer. Listen to what he's not saying. That's often louder than the sweet words. Number 7, walking away is not weakness, it's wisdom. If he pulls away when you ask for clarity, that's your sign. Let him go. So my final thoughts in this, if you're in a situation like Celine, where someone has given you beautiful moments but no real place in their life, please hear this. You are not stupid for believing in those moments, but now you know better. And knowing better means you can do better. Choose yourself always. Drop a like if this resonated with you. And tell me in the comments, have you ever been in a situation where you confused gifts with commitment? Let's talk. And that's today's story. Thanks for being here, for listening, for showing up, for keeping it real with me. If this hits home, let me know in the comments. Your story matters here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.